Hey guys, Celtic Fury 3 here. I'm a new commentator, and I'm doing a battle right here. This is me hosting a 2v2. I'm playing as the Carthaginians, my ally is playing as the Romans, General Kid. And then our opponents are Fierce Tomato and Leonidas. I actually played a battle with against you guys earlier, and we beat them, but now they're back for more, and this time they're actually going to beat us and get the better of us. So let me see here once the battle decides to load. I really like the Carthaginians because of their balance. They have some decent swordsmen, some decent pikes, decent hoplites. Their cav isn't all that great, but they also have elephants to really destroy any cav that comes near them. And you'll actually see that in this game. My elephants really destroy his Praetorian Guard cav, or I'm sorry, his Praetorian cav. As soon as it finishes doing its thing, I'm doing a voiceover. This isn't live. I recorded it live, but the voiceover is after the battle, because I just did it that way because I didn't really have a choice. I'm new to commentating. Oh wait, no, there it goes. I'll explain that later. So now we're starting to set up our armies. My armies, I always build them so that when I select the entire group, infantry or cavalry, they're laid out exactly how I want them. So my infantry, you can see if you look across them, there's actually a pattern. Sorry, I'm messaging in the game, but I've got 2 African pikes on either flank. I just like that to support cav, and better yet, roll up infantry flanks and then start stabbing people in the back once the infantry battle ensues. Then I've got them supporting them, some hoplites, some Carthaginian hoplites, then Libyan infantry on either flank of my 3 sacred band, so a fairly strong center. Then I've got my 2 elephants and my 2 cavalry to support them. The cavalry keep away skirmishers, and you'll actually see me destroy skirmishers with my cavalry, and the elephants pretty much destroy cavalry and help rout infantry and units in general. And then I've got 2 Balearic slingers. Missile units haven't proven to be super awesome in this game, but I like to keep them around just to harass the enemy. Get a couple kills on units that I know will be tough to crack. And then I've got my general unit. He's a noble cav, which is the best Carthaginian cav you can get. It's not very good, but it's okay. I'm new to commentating. I actually posted a battle earlier, but I didn't have commentary on it. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I found out fraps cost money, and I'm a poor white kid, so wasn't really an option for me. I had to find another way. Then I found EasyVid. That's what I'm recording this with. It's got some bugs in it and such, and some problems, but it's pretty good. And I've been enjoying it, so I'm gonna start commentating. And honestly, like, I won't be doing super great on how many videos I post because I just don't have much time to play Total War at all. I play whenever I can, and if I can play more, I'll be honest with you, I will. If the more I can play, the happier I am, because it's a lot of fun. So playing the game and commentating is gonna be tight for me, but I'm gonna try to do it. But in a year from now, in my senior year, I'll be way less busy, so I can do this way more often. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll have fraps and maybe a better computer. And I also apologize, my graphics card is not so great, but hopefully you guys aren't watching just for graphics, because you can go watch a movie if you want to see some pretty action scenes. So starting out, I'm messaging my ally there, telling him not to mess up with his cav, because last time his cavalry was routed by inferior cavalry just because he didn't take the initiative. Sorry, the chat boxes will go away soon. So my opponent, you can see he's advancing his Praetorian cav there, and his infantry column in general. He's got 4 gladiators, 4 Praetorian guards, and 4 Balearic slingers in his general. Then he's got 3 Praetorian cavalry, and I don't know what my ally's enemy has. I never even looked at it, but we'll see. We'll see later. My ally does lose. Not trying to trash him, but just like last battle, he lost to his opponent. But last battle, I was able to clean up his opponent because I smashed my opponent, and I'll post that battle after this one. But this time, he lost to his opponent, and I had beaten my opponent handily, but I didn't have the units and the numbers quite enough to defeat his opponent. Even though I routed quite a few of the units of his opponent in the very, very last couple minutes of the battle. But here we go. My opponent has a fairly strong infantry column. Those Praetorian guards are really, really good. And those gladiators are pretty good too. They have a really high melee attack. And these guys, Balearic slingers, superior to mine because he's got 4, so he can just destroy my slingers if he would so wish to. Of course, not good for me at all. But I have a plan for them. Let's see here. Right now I'm advancing, and I'm trying to get my elephants to take on his Praetorian cavalry. I really want my elephants to absorb the shock of that charge, because my shock cavalry, they are shock cavalry, but they won't be able to do quite as well as his Praetorians do. So I want my elephants to charge in there, really kind of let them do their thing. He advances and then withdraws. I think he's trying to draw me into his slinger so he can rout my elephants. But what I'm really trying to do here is just make my elephants engage and then go on the flanks with my cavalry. But it didn't work. He withdrew. He didn't want to fight me there, which was smart of him. I give him props for that. Put my elephants in melee so that they're ready to charge whenever I need them. So he's going to withdraw his cavalry, and you can tell he's trying to get me to run into his slingers. I have players do this all the time. Sometimes I've had a couple battles that I haven't recorded, sorry I can't show you, but where they have made it work and make my elephants run amok, and that's really frustrating because then you're out a unit, and more importantly that run amok unit can destroy your own units and cause casualties in your own ranks. And then you've lost, of course, a unit that's very, very powerful and very expensive too. Anyway, the armies have described. There's a little bit of, if you will, cavalry foreplay. I don't really have any other words to better describe it. And a little bit of actually skirmisher foreplay. You're going to see me pepper his Balearic slingers and a little bit of his Praetorian cavalry. A little bit more about me. My channel is going to be different from most people's channels in the fact that I'm much more focused on improving your tactical knowledge, especially from a historical standpoint. I'm a huge history nut, so you're going to hear lots of... this actually is not my time period of expertise. I love this time period, I just don't know much about it, because any history book, at least the country where I reside in, any history book doesn't focus too much on ancient history. It's really lame, but whatever. We can complain about my education system later. But like I said, I'm a huge history nut, so my channel is going to be more focused on improving as far as the way we tacticize. I'm trying to think of the verb for tactics. I guess there isn't one. For the way we strategize. Ow, my dog's biting me, sorry. And the way we think, and our historical knowledge, because history is important. I believe that. Here we go, the slinger battles ensued. I didn't really want to battle the slingers. That's unnecessary casualties, one of the worst things you can take in Total War, but my elephants are charging in on his Praetorians just like I planned, and actually he did a horrible job. Well, I'm not trying to criticize him too much, but he did a bad job, and his cavalry is all bunched up, and I'm actually going to catch these Praetorian cavalry. See, that one is already wavering. I'm going to catch these Praetorian cavalry on the flank. Things just go all wrong for him in this cavalry fight. Let me think here. So his cavalry is starting to waver very, very soon, but he's gonna in just a second here, he's gonna pull up infantry support, but I moved up my infantry just in the nick of time to to support that cav battle that's going on. And my cavalry is not very suited for that long fight. I really should have been withdrawing them in and out, but you're going to see here that I didn't really have time to. I was busy with other things. So I charged my elephants into his supporting units and his general so that, I don't get a charge on the flank. Well, I don't know what it's called. Disadvantage. I'm going to move those pikes up to help out my men and those hoplites. I'm going to go ahead and move up my general to bring morale to my men because, that fight could go bad for me. Already, so you can see his cavalry is still starting to waver and soon will start to buckle. He charges in his Praetorian Guards, not good for me at all. But the Sacred Band holds up fairly well against them. But I'm moving my Libyan infantry to cut up his Praetorian Guards on the flank. I need to bring those slingers back, don't I? And I'm gonna bring up my slingers there. Anyway, this battle on the left here is going fairly well for me. My pikes are starting to really get in there. You can see all his units are either breaking. That unit right there, the Praetorian Guard that's routing, will come back. But I'll be there to stop it. But yeah, you can see that battle's going fairly well for me. That battle's not. I lost that hoplite unit because those gladiators are just so good at killing. On the right here, I'm sorry, the camera never panned, because this is not a recording, because for some reason on my Rome 2, the recordings don't work. It says load failed. This is a game error, and they're going to patch it soon, so hopefully I'll be able to record battles and then, pan over to different areas and zoom in for you guys instead of just, watching my mouse move all over the screen. But you can see over on the right, my opponent is losing ground, and my ally is losing ground, and you can see his my ally's enemy has lots of units left and is really pushing into him, which is not good for me or him, obviously. From here, I think the stage has already been set. I'm kind of already cleaning up my opponent, using those elephants to just smack into those infantry units and then turn them around, using my cavalry to clean off his slingers because I'm tired of them. But my center broke. He used his Praetorian Guards on my center, his 4 Praetorian Guards against my 3 Sacred Band. They lost that battle pretty hard. So, but my elephants are going to chase off. That unit's going to get the flank of that Praetorian Guard and rout them easily. But I did lose a unit of elephants just then. They all died. Anyway, I'm gonna run my cavalry away from his. I believe those are gladiators. No, yeah, gladiators. And I'm gonna rush all my infantry to this fight, and it's not good for me because my pikes won't get there in time to really do damage, and my hoplites won't hold because they're not super elite. And these Libyan infantry just routed. But what I am gonna get him in here is this. Sorry, one second. This cavalry charge, and then I rushed up my hoplites, and I'm gonna put them in phalanx and walk them in there, sticks a-blazing, if you will. And but he's gonna put his gladiators on my flank, but I'm gonna withdraw my cav like a rabid maniac, charge in my elephants on his flank, and that's gonna change the morale of his men for my favor, obviously. And, now here I'm just kind of cleaning up the morale of these guys. They're going to break. They're going to run, which is good for me, of course. And then these elephants are going to get in here, and there's not going to be any more... and then they were saying, oh, he probably won't post this battle. And, because they won, and they knew it. You can see on the right here, his army is mostly intact. And I said, yes, indeed. And I said sub and you will find out. Anyway, trying to get subscribers here. And I said, kind of an insult to Prince of Macedon, I said I'm no Prince of Macedon because it's not in common knowledge that Prince of Macedon is very, very picky and choosy about the ones he decides to post. So here I have 4 units left. My general unit is less than halfway, about a third. Hoplite unit fairly intact, elephant unit halfway, Balearic slingers fully intact but out of ammunition. No, they have some ammunition, but I'm in a bad situation here. And you're actually going to see so you will post a video. And then he says, you know, he's still challenging me. He's like, you will still post a video of you using. And I was like, yes. And like I said earlier, I wish people to learn from my mistakes in my videos in general, especially from a historical standpoint and the tactics that they used in those battles. So, and then I describe my channel more. My channel is based on truly learning history and tactics that apply to the battles fought in the time periods that we discuss in Total War. And then I tell them the channel because they don't know. And also, not a good time to be discussing your channel when the battle is at a peak here. But I decided to because I need subscribers. So it's weird. It's very, very weird. He decided to run his cavalry away. He does a mass charge in. He could have won right there. But he decides not to. He suddenly changes his mind. And I do a suicide charge with my general, of course. Oh, that's a pike unit. I'm sorry, that's not a hoplite unit. That's a pike unit. Anyway, and then my slingers are still peppering his men. You can see, actually, I route quite a few units. There was gladiators that were in his front there. They just routed. I'm going to make this cav waver, give them a run for their money there. And, see, you can see his line, like, for just a second, I thought I might be able to pull this off. But, I wasn't. He had that slinger unit, which was killing me on the flanks, and then the army losses kicked in for my men, the morale, and they were done. And then he was really, really smart. He quickly changed the fire to my elephants, and they ran amok and then routed. Well, actually, they all died. Just kidding. Anyway, and they whipped up those guys on my flank, and then they're gonna they're gonna waver and then rout, and that was the game. So like I said, I defeated my opponent, but my ally wasn't able to clean up his opponent. Last battle that was different. I'm about to post that battle and prove it to you guys. So here I am doing a commentary, and I'm about to post this. So proof to you guys. It's gonna be on my channel soon. And then right after this, I'm gonna hopefully have time to do the commentary for a battle right before this one, and post that, because that was an awesome one, and you guys will like that, because I won. I got 758 kills, 621 losses. My ally got 339 and 778 losses. You guys can pause this too and watch it, and then so I killed quite a few men, almost the most, but anyway. And then I just chat with Fierce Tomato for a second. That's it. Thanks. Subscribe.